Good morning, everybody. I'm going to share a story with you about my family. This here is the Masons. That was my great-grandparents. The little guy in the middle is my great-uncle Sid. He's the baby of the family. These two people, my dad's grandparents, my grandmother's parents, died on the same day. And I'm going to share that story with you. Just wanted to show you some pictures first. That's my grandpa. That's my grandma's, that's Grandpa Blackshear. That's not his parents. It was his in-laws. And that's my parents. It's my dad and my mom. Anyways, moving on. Way up there, that's Grandma Mason. And that's Grandma Mason and my grandmother and my great-uncle Gentry. I don't remember Gentry. Gentry unfortunately took his own life because he had incurable cancer. Well, I'm about to tell you a story that I think it's kind of weird to know that my grandparents died on the same day within hours of each other. So that's coming up next. Hope you enjoy it. Good morning, I'm back. And I'm going to tell you a story about my great-grandparents. It's a short story, but boy, did people suffer a lot. I guess everybody has really horrible things that happen to them. But I just showed you some pictures on a earlier video of my great-grandparents that lived in Gorman, Texas. They had like a 380-acre ranch from what I understand, and I think some family members it's still in the family. I went by there this summer and got to kind of go by the gate where it was at and meet a cousin I never had met before. Excuse me. Allergies, dust, something. And anyways, here's how the story goes. And I had it wrong the first time. And I talked to my aunt about it again. And from what I understand, my great-grandfather was out chopping wood. And when he brought it in and was putting it down, he either had a heat stroke or a heart attack. I don't know. They don't know for sure what happened. And when my great-grandmother came in for wherever she was at, she saw him on the floor and began to scream for my Uncle Sid to get help, I guess, from the far neighbors. Now, they're out on a ranch. They're out on the farm. I mean, they're far away. And they said she was screaming so loud for help that she bursted a vessel or something in her throat and bled to death. They were dead within 4 hours of each other. Anyways, I thought that was kind of a remarkable story. It's a sad one. I found out my grandmother was there that day. And, and of course my uncle. I don't know, both uncles were there, but what a horrible thing to see your parents die right there in front of you within hours of each other. How devastating. My poor grandma. And my grandmother was a lovely lady, a sweet, kind, can't wait to see her when I get to heaven lady. She died when I was I guess I was 15. Yeah. And she passed away. Complications of diabetes and other things. So anyways, she died too young. She was only 65. I miss you, Grandma. Anyway, and then Grandpa got in a bad car accident. That's another horror story that happened the following year, and he was on tubes and all kinds of stuff, and they pulled him off, and it took him 14 days to die. And I can imagine 14 days to die without water or food. I mean, it was intravenous. So he followed her in death the next year. And then my dad, as some of you know, committed suicide, and he was in between them. It was like Grandma, my dad, and then Grandpa in the spring. But Grandpa was on life supports for quite a while and then was taken off some of those things. It's a horror story in itself, my poor grandfather. Anyway, it was some rough years back there in 74 and 75. Not good times for us. And my poor mom having to put up with us two crazy teenagers, my sister and I. And I do mean crazy. Anyways, and while we're on sad tales, my grandmother's first child died when she was only 5 years old. And it was something to do, I think, with, and I'm not going to swear to it, but it was something to do with, she couldn't get to the bathroom, constipation or something. I'm not positive on that. And it was, by the time they realized the problem, it was too late. And she passed away, and she was only 5. Her name was Irma Nell. So I don't have an Aunt Irma Nell is in heaven somewhere. I saw a picture of her. She was a real cutie. But my poor grandmother, my grandfather, they really, especially grandma, knew some heartache. Also, my grandma on my other side, my mom's mom, she lost her one and only son when he was 23. He was in a bad car accident on the way to her house. And he didn't show up, so they had to go looking for him. And somehow he went off the road on the Devil's Backbone in San Marcos, going towards, or coming from Blanco. They found him, and his chest was crushed to the steering wheel. So I was a baby when that happened, so I never knew my uncle, or of course I never knew my aunt either, because that happened long before I was ever born. But I never knew my uncle because I was just a baby. Anyways, just sharing some family stuff. I just always kind of interesting that they died on the same day, my great-grandparents. It's sad. But a lot of people say they want to die on the same day, and I guess for them it happened, and it didn't happen the way you would like it, like in your sleep or something. But just wanted to share that interesting piece of history in our family. God bless you. Thank you for stopping by, and this might be in another channel, not sure. Maybe. Anywho, have a blessed day. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It helps me out. And if you like the story, give me a thumbs up, please. Have a blessed day. I love you guys. Bye.